Good afternoon and welcome to 90 Minutes Live, which this afternoon finds us at the Smile IT Stadium in Hertford for action in Southern League Division 1 Central between the home side of Hertford Town and North Leigh. This is 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf. I'm Peter Hill, will be bringing you full live commentary of the match, and sitting to my right hand side as always is a match summariser, Simon Alamandi.
Yeah, good afternoon Pete, good afternoon everyone, and thankfully for now the sun is shining. Obviously a few games off due to the weather this afternoon, but obviously we knew this was going to be on with the lovely 3G pitch that they've got, and I think we're in for an interesting afternoon, Pete.
Yeah, I think we are in for a very interesting afternoon. You've got a Hertford Town side who've won their last 4 in this stadium, and you have to go back quite a long way till the 2015 was last time they won 5 on the trot. It was in a run of 7 actually, which started on the 1st of December and started on the 19th of September rather, and went on to the 1st of December that year. So if they can achieve that against the North Leigh side, who of course come here second in the table and having won all 5 of their away games in the league. Let's take you through the team lineups. First of all, the home side, but it's a very easy job this afternoon because it's exactly the same lineup that put 5 past Tamer here in the last league game, which will have Luke Mewett in goal, the 2 fullbacks, Ryan Burnell on the right, Karai Mushani on the left, 2 centre-backs, Harry Gilzine and Ben Hurd. Joe Bennett will operate just in front of them, the skipper, and then a little bit further up, Sonny Hill will be Billy Mardell-Smith and Brian Garzon, and a front 3 of Sonny Goglan-Brown, Wilson Burnell and Sudashi Sendej, who's been absolutely scorching form over the past couple of weeks. The Hertford Town substitutes, Manny Robe, Kalade Soledine, Cardozo, Charlie Bain and Urgis Papaj. As far as North Leigh are concerned, just make one change from the side that lost 2-1 in the last minute home to Welling Garden City this time last week. So they'll start with James Foster in goal, Lewis Thorne, Michael Hopkins, Connor Barrett, Declan Peart, George Gilmore, Greg Hackett, Lance Williams, who's been in excellent form, the skipper, Owen James, Dan West and Owen Dorr. Just 3 substitutes for the visitors this afternoon. Ryan Knight, Jamal Branca and Leon Morrison are on the bench. I know that North Leigh gives a plug on their socials, so if you're listening from Oxfordshire, very good afternoon and welcome. Hope you're going to enjoy the afternoon with us. Our referee this afternoon is Lucas Wood, who comes from just over the border in Essex, and his 2 assistants, Patrick Yates and Brian Taylor. Well, I think, as we were saying earlier, Simon, this is probably the first time, probably in all the time we've been doing 90 Minutes Live, that you can look at our Hertford side and think, well, if this lot are fair, it bits itself.
Yeah. Obviously, you know, it's a good situation for Ben to be in, and you know, having that consistency, I think, in the side, you know, really helps, and you know, it's helped them get the run of games that they've been on. So you know, it can only be positive as far as I'm concerned.
Certainly pick a couple of players out who have made a difference. I think Joe Bennett, who's the new skipper, has made a big difference, experienced player. And we were talking about Brian Garzon, who, you know, it's quite amazing how Ben manages to snatch these teenagers out of nowhere, because he looks some player.
Yeah, I think he's been fantastic, hasn't he? Obviously, we were speaking to Colin Hay before the game as well, and you know, singing his praises, you know, saying how fantastic he's been, and you know, it's nice because you know we know how, you know, Hertford have struggled, you know, previously in finding the net, but you know, the last couple of games, obviously, you know, 10 goals there. And you know, we've got Wilson Burnell, who they're saying has switched to up front, and you know, I think his brother Ryan's come in and he's done fantastically well as well. And obviously with Connor Clark, he's gone out on loan to Buntingford, and you know, he's managed to edge him out of the side.
Yeah, the goals have been coming most certainly in the last few games, or around all the home games here really. Home record so far is pretty impressive. Played 7, won 4, drawn 1, lost 2, and they've got 19 in the process, so almost going. But 3 goals a game here. I know it's been helped by 2 5-1s, but it's going to be North Leigh that get us underway, kicking from left to right in their change strip white shirts, black shorts. Hertford in the familiar blue shirts, white sleeves, and blue shorts. Nice to say, there's a bit of blue sky up there on a day that threatened all sorts of rain. Well, the rain has stopped, and should be a nice bit of zip on the artificial surface here. And looking forward to a game between 2 teams who we know like to play football and playing along the ground. So Lance Williams gets us underway here at the Smile IT. One of our other teams is in action this afternoon. We're home to Barton Rovers. Unfortunately, Welwyn Garden City's home game against Kempston was called off not so long ago because there was a real downpour. I drove through it coming here up the A10. And that obviously, unfortunately, hit the Bexhurst, which means that Welwyn Garden City, who will really have wanted to pick up on where they left off last week, aren't able to do so, as Greg Haggett fires a shot which gets a deflection, I think, off Ben Hurd, and goes behind for first quarter of the afternoon. To be taken by the team currently in second place and really challenging Bedford at the top of the table. But so it's saying early their away record is excellent. It's been at home where strangely North Leigh have had their problems. Corner going to come across here, goes to the near post, misses everybody. And in the end, Hertford managed to come away with the ball with Harry Gilzine, a good ball to Wilson Burnell, wearing 9 and playing centrally these days. Wilson does well to hold on to the ball, and Billy Mardell-Smith will thump it forward. Harry Gilzine was in the centre forward spot there. So certainly interchanging between the Hertford players. It's Sonny Coghlan-Brown down the left-hand side for Wilson Burnell. We know what he can do with that left foot. Not too shabby with the right either. Puts the ball over. Couldn't reach send edge, but he's headed out by Michael Hopkins, the immensely experienced left back for North Leigh, of course. Throw to be taken by Ryan Burnell on that far side of the field here at the Smile IT. And just waiting for a bit of movement. His send edge on the edge of the box. Claimed a handball from North Leigh. Referee's not interested, and the ball finds its way back onto the halfway line to Harry Gilzine. Harry just looking forward, plays a nice ball forward again to Wilson Burnell. A lot of action for him early on. Here's Brian Garzon inside the North Leigh half. Forward, Sendage. Good footwork by him. Is Wilson Burnell fires in the shot, and not a bad attempt. What's with the right foot just over the top, but promising start.
Yeah, very promising start from Hertford, and I think it's nice to see. We've said often before that sometimes they too take a bit of time, finding that shot and getting that shot away. And there has been times when they just tried to knock it about a bit and find a bit more space. But he's found that space, he's found that little opening, and taken the shot straight away.
Quick getting players forward. Notable that Harry Gilzine was forward in real advanced position there. The young centre back, as ball in 2 bounces goes into the arms of Luke Mewett. Then the goal away to our right hand side. Well, the more experienced Hertford players, I guess. Luke Mewett now, been here a couple of seasons. As Ben Hurd puts it across the box to his central defensive partner, young Harry Gilzine. Harry looks up, plays the ball to Billy Mardell-Smith, gets it back again. It's on that right-hand side. Sendage is screaming for the ball over the left-hand side here. And certainly Lewis Thorne's giving him a lot of space if they can work the ball out here. Good footwork by Brian Garzon. Garzon there again, and Ryan Burnell coming from a wide position and picking the ball up inside the centre circle. Here's Ryan Burnell. Plays out the far side, but Coghlan-Brown can't keep it in. And North Leigh will have a throw in. Just another sign of the way Hertford have changed things. Ryan Burnell playing almost the inverted fullback role there, popping up inside the centre circle.
Yeah, I think with the with bringing these new players in, and the speed and the talent that he's got, it's nice for that Ben's noticed that, and he's been able to switch things around. And we all know how important it is to have the versatility from these players.
on this near side then, who's Kurai Mashani. Mashani gets the ball back again. The number 3's got plenty of space to move into, but challenge in the end comes in, and it's a good one from George Gilmore. So here come North Leigh in the opposite direction. Williams plays the ball out on that far side to Michael Hopkins down the line, looking for Owen James. James will pick the ball up. He's got 2 defenders there with him, Burnell and Gilzine, and in the end rather tamely gives it away to Ryan Burnell. Burnell back for Joe Bennett. I think he's part of the reason why you can play, because if you watch Joe Bennett, if one of those back 4 goes forward, then he's very quick to drop in and cover the space. That's what he's there to do. Here's Harry Gilzine. Plays the ball on this near side to Mashani, who I must say really impressed me, the teenage fullback. Garzon's beaten to the ball, but in the end it ricochets out. It was a challenge from Owen Dorr, and it's going to be a throw-in on this near side. Would you believe we've got sunshine at the Smile IT? Didn't look like it'd be like that this morning, but has been this afternoon, as Hertford get a free kick as Mashani goes down on the challenge. Mardell Smith quickly there, wanting to take the ball. Chip down the line to Sendage. Sendage for Wilson Burnell. Burnell can't hold on to it though. Hackett though has given it away, but is brought to the ground by Mashani, and Joe Bennett has just dribbled the ball away, and I don't know if he didn't hear the referee's whistle, but as North Leigh play, you don't like to see this, do you? Players calling for a card. I think Joe Bennett's going to get one, but a little bit unfortunate, I think.
I think so, but by the letter of the law, Pete, unfortunately, that is a yellow card. Although, as you say, it does seem a little unfair, and we don't like to see players, hassling the referee and demanding the referee for a yellow card. But I guess by the letter of the law, then that's what you have to do.
Well, that's what he did, and so Lucas Wood put him in the book. Far side, Lance Williams puts the header across the area. It's headed out by Mardell Smith. High one forward, up and under from Michael Hopkins. It's headed out by Mashani, but back with Owen Dorr. Dorr on this near side for Greg Hackett. Hackett's forced to go all the way back to his goalkeeper, James Foster. All these players in this North Leigh side have seen them through a couple of seasons. Last year, of course, they were at Premier Division level. As Luke Mew has to come out and just grab the ball away before Hackett can get there. But were relegated and have come back with a lot of players that have been there a while. And why wouldn't you be? It's Ainsbury Park. It's a lovely ground. Here's Gilzine, midway inside the Hertford half. 7 minutes gone on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf. Pete and Simon with you, and here goes Ryan Burnell down the right hand side. Sendage is trying to get in the box. Burnell's got lots of space and couldn't find anybody in the end, but only found Declan Peart, who puts it out for Hertford's corner. But that was a good opportunity.
Yeah, it was. He found plenty of space there, breaking down that right-hand side, and just a little bit too crowded in the box for him to be able to make a successful cross there for him.
Well, let's see what Brian Garzon can do with a penalty from that corner from that far side. I'm still at Wednesday night thinking penalty, but Garzon chips it up they go, and it's headed clear by Hackett, but Joe Bennett's going to fire it in, and what's a goal by Joe Bennett. Controlled it beautifully. Volley, bottom left-hand corner. Thank you very much. 8 minutes gone. Hertford 1, North Leigh 0.
Oh, fantastic effort that was. A real sort of like move from the training ground that was, and it's come to him on the edge of the box, and he's controlled it, taken a little move, and fired it into that bottom left-hand corner. And I think, Pete, if you think if you think back to perhaps last season, then I don't think they would have taken that shot.
No, absolutely. They wouldn't have scored that goal. And Joe Bennett's got his second of the season. And Hertford are one up here, and North Leigh have definitely got something to think about. Only won once this season when they've conceded the first goal. Haven't done it often, it's got to be said, but that trouble coming from behind, just the team from Oxfordshire. And that is the perfect start for a young Hertford side who have got so much confidence about them. This run of home victories which, okay, one of them's taken in a county cup game against Enfield, but you still can only beat what's in front of you. And they've made an impressive start, but North Leigh coming forward far side, and immediately they've won themselves a corner off Billy Mardell-Smith. The run from Owen James, and Hertford defending to do after that terrific opener from Joe Bennett. Corner's going to be taken on the far side by the number 19 Owen Dorr. Started his career at Oxford United. And Hertford have got everybody back in and around the 18-yard box, apart from Wilson Burnell, who's about halfway inside his own half, being marked by Michael Hopkins. So corner's going to come across with the right foot onto the head of Hackett, and onto the roof of the stable end and over into the car park. So no real worries at all for Hertford from that. I mean, Hertford have got a visit to Kempston next Saturday, and then they're at home to Biggleswade the week after. Another side who picked up a bit of form. Obviously, I saw them last week against Ware. And long ball forward by Gilzine. Oh, the goalkeeper's come all the way out and missed it. If Wilson Burnell can keep it in, which he can on the far side, can he? No, he can't. But in the end, it goes for a goal kick. But what was James Foster doing there?
Well, I mean, that was absolutely ludicrous, wasn't it? No need for him to come out that far in his box at all. And if you are going to do that, you've got to make sure you get the connection. And he couldn't do that.
Well, North Leigh are a team that I've admired in this division when they've played football, and looking a bit rocky at the moment. They've certainly. They were rocked last week when Welling Garden City scored a winner in injury time, of course. And this week, well, it's Hertford in the ascendancy here. Got the ball on the far side with Sonny Coughlin-Brown. Plays it inside for Garzon. Garzon's control lets him down a little bit. Hertford get the ball back with Ryan Burnell. Burnell plays the ball forward to Mashani, who again has popped up in the centre forward role there, the left full-back. So certainly this whole change about the way Hertford play their football is looking very impressive indeed. They started off in 8th position this morning, but 3 points here, and they could well be up with fighting with those going for a place in the playoffs, as Bender Hurd's ball gives Sendedge just a little bit too much to do down this left-hand side. As once again, there's the goalkeeper. Foster gets his team in trouble, and Hertford have got a throw in, which they take quickly on this near side. It's Mashani. Mashani, centre field ball for Ryan Burnell. One full back to another. Once again, Burnell coming central. Good ball. It's Mashani with a chance to fire it in. Fires in the shot. Didn't really get power behind it. And it goes straight at James Foster. But once again, new look at Hertford here. One full back to another. Shot straight in on Foster.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, I think this. You can see why when people have been saying us, how fantastic they've been playing, how impressed they are with the side and the results they've been getting. You can see why, because this, when we were speaking to Lucas outside before the game, he was saying that it's the football that he's really been enjoying, and it's not been like that for the last couple of years. But you can see exactly where the fans are coming from, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so many times they've been criticised for taking an age to get out of their own half and just playing around with the ball at the back. Well, that's all gone, and with it has come a premium of goals, and Hertford leading here, a goal to nil against the team. Don't forget, who started off in second place in the table this morning, and so far have won all their 5 away games. So Harry Gilzine's got the ball inside the 18-yard box. Back to Mewett. He's given a little bit to do, take the ball away from Lance Williams, but does it. Down the line from Wilson Burnell to Ryan, and Billy Mardell-Smith gets the ball. Back for Joe Bennett. Bennett's got Mashani crying for the ball on this near side, but goes central, and Wilson Burnell's first touch lets him down, but on this near side Greg Hackett will pick up the ball, plays the ball inside to Barrett, but Hertford will come away with Wilson Burnell to Sonny Coughlin-Brown. Just let it run a bit too much on that far side, and the ball will go out for a throw in, which the left full back Michael Hopkins will take. Plays the ball inside. Here's Barrett. Barrett looking up for someone to give the ball to, and in the end just tamely gives it to Mashani on the edge of the area. And it's fair to say that North Leigh have not got going so far. We know they can play a lot of football, but not producing much at the moment. Sendage for Joe Bennett, still deep inside his own half. Brings in Mashani. One-time staff. Mashani's pulled down by Greg Hackett. It's a little bit cynical, and you've got to think if Joe Bennett got a yellow card for what he got a yellow card for, then you would think that at least was deserving as a strict word from the referee.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, he's just having a little word in his ear, isn't he? You know, telling him to calm things down a little bit. It's not the strict word that you're saying he deserves, but I guess the referee's aware of it. So I reckon probably the next time he could be looking to get his notebook out.
Yeah, you do sometimes see referees make a bit of a rod for their own back, producing very early yellow cards, as he did against Joe Bennett. But Hertford have got a free kick, which Ben Hurd right in front of us will take. Our commentary position just about inside the half, which Hertford are defending in this opening 45 minutes here at the Smile IT. Forward for Ardell Smith, who offered himself, and far side looks to search out Coghlan Brown, but Hopkins is in the way. But good defending again by Ryan Burnell, will bring the ball back in the opposite direction. Burnell down the line for Coghlan Brown. He's got Wilson Burnell there with him. Coghlan Brown keeps going, and in the end it's a deflection of Hopkins, which gives Hertford Town their second corner of the afternoon. 16 minutes gone. You just joined us. You've missed a very good start by this young Hertford side. The lead North Leigh here by a goal to nil. Joe Bennett, one of the more experienced players, I'm sure he won't mind me saying, in the lineup, scoring the goal after 8 minutes. And another corner they've got here. Garzon chips it up. Decent looking corner. Up go the heads, and in the end it's Foster who grabs it. I think in the end it might have been Gilzine who got the final touch, but no real problem for the goalkeeper. Long kick forward. Ben Hurd's there doing the defending. And it's Owen James who's got the ball for North Leigh. James goes down under challenge. They're claiming a free kick. The referee says nothing doing, and the Hertford will get a throw in, which again they've taken quickly. Harry Gilzine picks it up. Sendage is again in space on this near side, not using him at the moment, but we know what he can do when he gets the ball at his feet. Mewett chips it out the side for Mashani. Mashani moves inside and then picks up a little bit of pace. Just shows a little bit too much to Hackett, brings him down again, and surely that will be the yellow card, and well done referee it is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that last foul was only a couple of minutes ago, wasn't it? And he's really absolutely brought him down there. And I think even if he hadn't have had that word with him a couple of minutes ago, that would have been a yellow card. He's cynical foul, I think that was, and no need for it especially in that portion of the pitch.
Well, good news is Karai Mashani is back up, and Ben Hurd's got the ball at his feet, waiting to take the free kick just inside the North Leigh half. Ben looking up for a bit of movement. He's got it from Wilson Burnell. Mashani, who's pushed himself forward again, left-hand side of the box. That's a lovely kick. It's Mashani across. Wilson Burnell. Oh, he can't put it in. And the clearance in the end was made by George Gilmore. But what a beautiful free kick. Mashani did it all, but Wilson Burnell couldn't finish it.
No, it's fantastic. I mean, you could see Ben waiting for that. Mashani's he's made that run down into the box, snipped down that left-hand side, tried to cross the ball in for Wilson, but unfortunately, nothing would come of it in the end. And I mean, also obviously the referee's blown up for something anyway. So even if he had managed to put it in the net, then it wouldn't have counted.
Yeah, I think Wilson fouled Gilmore on his way in. And it's going to be a free kick this time to North Leigh. That's a little bit unnecessary from George Gilmore. Over the two that clashed in the area, and this time he shoves Wilson Burnell to the ground. And I think he was a little upset with the challenge from Burnell a couple of moments ago, but surely no need for that.
No, not at all. I think maybe obviously he wanted to get the ball. but you can't just go to someone and shove them over on the floor. It's ridiculous.
Well, the kick being taken by Pitt over to that far side, and once again, good defending by Ryan Burnell. Plays the ball back to Joe Bennett. Bennett's ball quickly this side for Mashani. Mashani looking where to play it, comes across to the halfway line, plays it back into his own half for Bennett. Bennett, far side, brings in Ryan Burnell, brings in Harry Gilzine. No real press coming from North Leigh. Garzon to come deep to get the ball. Finds Gilzine again. Gilzine and Bennett playing it. Just a little bit old style Hertford at the moment, getting out their own half, but they're going to advance now. As Ben Hurd finds Sendage down this left-hand side, pulls the ball down nicely. Sendage there has got Garzon going outside him, but it was decent defending in the end by Lewis Thorne. The ball going up front, and here's Lance Williams, but Ryan Burnell did a good job blocking his through ball, aiming for the far side, and the Hertford have got it back with Sonny Goglan Brown for Joe Bennett. Bennett finds Ryan Burnell, nice footwork, takes him past Dan West, and he plays the ball on this near side of Sendage. Mashani going outside him, Sendage with a quick cross, but the goalkeeper's going to go up and collect that fairly easily and bowl it out to number 10, Dan West. West plays the ball inside for Gilmore. Gilmore finds Loss Williams in a bit of space here inside the centre circle. On this near side, he picks out Connor Barrett. Barrett finds Williams again. Williams is put under pressure by his fellow number 8, Billy Mardell Smith, and it's a teenager who comes up with the ball. Here's another teenager, Sonny Goglan Brown, down that right-hand side. Here's Brian Garzon. Garzon plays it to his left to Sendage. Opportunities here for Hertford, left-hand side of the North Leigh box. Sendage gets it across, headed out by Dan West in the end. And Greg Hackett will come forward to North Leigh. Got a bit of pace about this game as the ball finds itself to Owen James on the far side. But once again, Ryan Burnell manages to get back and put it all the way back to Luke Mewett. Here's Harry Gilzine, finds Burnell again. Both full-backs have been excellent so far on the right and on the left for Hertford. Here's the one on the left, Karai Mashani. Mashani puts it back for Ben Hurd. Ben looks up, just waiting for a little bit of movement. Halfway through the opening period here. 90 minutes live in association with Easy Shelf with Pete and Simon, bringing you Step 4 football as we do every Saturday. And been a pleasurable experience, the opening 22 minutes. Hertford have been very much in the ascendancy, but only one goal to show for it. Be nice if they could get another one. Here's Brian Garzon. Garzon, lovely little flick through to Mashani. And Mashani is really giving them some problems, just not picking up the left back when he comes inside. Far side is Sonny Goglan Brown. Goglan Brown down the line for Mashani, who's now on that far side. He's everywhere. Plays the ball inside the box for Mardell Smith, gets it back. Here's Karai Mashani, fires it in, and it's just gone wide. Keeper was struggling. Well, what can you say about, he wears number 3, but he pops up absolutely everywhere.
Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I mean, I know you've said the same sort of thing a few times before. I think he's attempting to cover every single blade of artificial grass on this pitch.
Yeah, he very much impressed me when we saw the 0-0 at Welling Garden City. I thought he was the best player on the pitch that day. And the young fullback, teenage fullback, he's a real prospect. Kick forward by Foster. Head in the air from Williams. Near side, Hackett brings it down. Goes round Sendage, gets Dan West. And this near side brings in Thorne. West gets it back, has to go inside his own half for Gilmore. Gilmore on the far side from Michael Hopkins. Owen James is down the line, and once more Ryan Burnell gets there first. And we talked about Mashani, but to be fair to Ryan Burnell, he's given James absolutely nothing down that side.
Yeah. I mean, as you said, a couple of minutes ago, both fullbacks have been absolutely fantastic today, and more than showing their worth to this young Hertford side.
Here's Ben Hurd on the edge of his own area. Again, looking forward. There's Mashani midway inside his own half. Goes backwards for his player manager. Plays the ball across to Gilzine, who's every time I see him, he's looking more assured. Here's Brian Garzon. Turns away from the pressure and brings in Harry Gilzine again. to Mardell Smith. Gilzine gets it back, plays it all the way back to Luke Newitt, who finds Mashani, who picks the ball up again centre, and once again he stretches those legs and starts going. Karai Mashani on the far side brings in Coghlan Brown. Coghlan Brown gets the ball across, goes too far, but Coghlan Brown is scythed down by Michael Hopkins, and it doesn't matter because Hertford are going to have a free kick, and Hopkins is going to have a word from the referee. Coghlan Brown is down in a heap, and Michael Hopkins, well, I think, is the referee going to produce a card here? Not sure.
Yeah, it looks like he's just giving him a stern talking to, doesn't it? And I wonder, because we aren't used to seeing this sort of stuff from North Leigh, are we? I just wonder if perhaps a little bit of frustration is creeping in on them.
Yeah, I totally agree. Normally there's been a side who like to play their football along the ground, but they've been frustrated, definitely, in this opening period at the Smile IT. Brian Garzon's got the ball, right-hand edge of the area. He's about 5 yards in from the byline. Plays the ball across low, and it's thumped out by George Gilmore for a corner for Hertford. Third one of the afternoon for them. And it's the number 10. Dual nationality with Ecuador as Brian Garzon, and he really has been a stunning admission to this Hertford lineup. Takes a corner low, volley comes in. Sonny Coghlan Brown just wide of the target again. Excellent move by Hertford.
Fantastic. Great little cross there. Found him. And he just tried to sort of like flick it, I think, with the inside of his boot into the corner of the goal. But more promising signs for Hertford. They really are knocking on the door and looking to get that second goal.
Well, if you want to be ultimately critical, you can say they should really be 3 up by now, and only winning by a single goal. But here's Hackett for North Leigh, back to his goalkeeper, who's experienced goalkeeper is Foster, but he's not looked too sure this afternoon, and Hopkins wasn't too sure then as he let the ball go under his foot, and Hertford get a throw in midway inside the North Leigh half. It's all been right to left, more or less, in this opening period at the Smile RT. Is the busy Billy Mardell Smith brings in Ryan Burnell into his own half for Ben Hurd, and here's the man of the match so far, Karai Mashani. Mashani turns, plays it all the way back to Ben Hurd, and once more Mashani's picking up that central position, and North Leigh have just not got to grips with it. James Keller might want to have a little bit of a word at half time. Here's Garzon. He's looking for a bit of movement, gets a chest back from Mardell Smith, but Billy had gone into an offside position, and so North Leigh will get the free kick, which Gilmore will slot over to Michael Hopkins on the far side, looking for James, and James has lost again out to Ryan Burnell. It's Brian Garzon. Garzon on the edge of the area, didn't have too much left, but he's got Sendedge now. Sendedge is in the area, left hand side. Sendedge pulls it across, and it goes across everybody. Mardell Smith couldn't get on the end of it, and in the end it goes out, having taken a deflection from a North Leigh player for a throw in to Hertford on the far side, which Ryan Burnell will take. He's all Hertford down at the moment. North Leigh struggling at times to get out of their own half, as Mashani is going to pick the ball up here from Joe Bennett. Left hand side, plays it in for Garzon again. Garzon turns onto the right foot, onto the left, but it's a good challenge coming in from Lance Williams. So in fact Declan Burt, who robs him of the ball, long ball forward. Barrett's the only one at home for North Leigh, and Ben Hurd should deal with that comfortably, and does. All the way back to the goalkeeper Luke Newitt, out on the far side to Harry Gilzine, who looks up as Hertford want to go from right to left again.
Well, I know, Pete, sorry to interrupt you. I know often you like to comment on the goalkeeper's kits, but Luke's gloves are even matching his shirt and his shorts. That's brilliant. He just needs some orange boots now and he'll be fine.
He does. Well, orange rinse for the hair. He'd have the full Monty, wouldn't he? But Ben Hurd's got the ball forward for Wilson Burnell. Perhaps the half a player we haven't seen so much of in this opening period. But we certainly know what he's capable of, as Ryan Burnell plays the ball all the way back to Harry Gilzine, and still surprised that North Leigh are just letting Arthur get on with it in their own half, and it's to their cost at the moment because they give the ball away there with Joe Bennett, but they're almost through the middle again with Mashani, and I'm just surprised at North Leigh's tactics here.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen North Leigh a few times, and I remember the first time we saw them here, and said how impressed we was, but they're not the North Leigh that we know, are they?
Could be now though, as Lance Williams has got the ball, plays the ball out right to Hackett. First danger for Hertford. Oh, Mewit's missed it. And it was Dan West coming in who put it over the top of the crossbar. So danger sign for the first time inside that Hertford area. And Dan West, well, he'll feel he should have done better.
Yeah, he will done. I mean, Luke will be disappointed that he couldn't manage to grab the ball there. But that's the first real chance that North Leigh have had.
Yeah, you're talking first time we saw him here, that was back on 6th of November 2021 when they won 4-0 and looked a very, very good side. And that was, of course, the year that they ended off in the playoff final and winning at Ware. As Wilson Burnell loses the ball out to Hackett, who goes around the challenge of Ben Hurd. Here is Greg Hackett, and in the end he just draws it out of play. And it goes behind for a goal kick. So last time the two teams met, it was November. It was back in April 2022, and Hertford actually won that one at Eingen Park 3-0. It's a good back end of the season, but only a good beginning to this one. 8th in the table, and at the moment 1-0 up against the team who started this morning in second. Leaders Bedford, as far as we know, are still on this afternoon. They're playing AFC Dunstable. And a few of the other fixtures that may have survived the weather or not, we'll see at half-time. Kidlington against Waltham Abbey and Cirencester against Hadley. As ball threads out that far side. Hopkins heads it down, and this time it's Gilzine who gets in front of James, but James tumbles to the turf. And North Leigh will get themselves a free kick front of their own dugout on the far side, where their joint management team of James Keller and Ben Johnson are. Just got a little bit dull, had some sunshine. We understood from Colin Hayes' weather forecast the rain was due again about 4, as Mashani goes to ground, having had a shove in the back from Lewis Thorne. Again, a bit cynical.
Shove in the back, and as he's gone down, he's just stepped on his back as well. And I don't think anyone seemed to spot that, but Mashani definitely has. You can see he's holding his back, or a little bit below his back, and that's where he steps on him. And the referee is actually having a word with the linesman, so maybe the linesman spotted it.
Well, let's hope the linesman did, because Karim Mashani is not the kind of player to go down if he hasn't got an issue, and he has got an issue. The referee's assistant would appear to have missed it as well, because nothing more is being done. Let's hope Mashani's going to be okay, because he's been outstanding in the opening period of this match. Joe Bennett just having a little bit of a word with our referee, Lucas Wood, who obviously didn't see it. Mashani, thankfully, is back up and okay. They do this thing with North Leigh that they have travelling tips for one of their players. Lewis Thorne was mentioned, and one of the things that he brings with him is Star chocolates. So I don't know if he bought his Star chocolates, but he bought a little bit too much muscle there against Mashani, who's due to come back on, and the Hertford will be back up to 11. Chip forward is Wilson Burnell on the halfway line, brings the ball down on his chest, dribbles away from 2 players, 3 players, still got it. Good footwork from the number 9, brings in Ryan. Burnell on that far side, turns inside. Burnell trying to go around Williams, but meets a roadblock and has to go all the way back to Harry Gilzine on the edge of his area. Gilzine's forward ball, though, things Ryan Burnell, who's shoved to the ground by George Gilmore. Certainly another one looked like a foul, but referee not interested. Hackett to the edge of the area to Connor Barrett, blocked well by Gilzine, and Burnell is going to get there, not for the first time this afternoon, in front of Owen James. Burnell for Mardell Smith, goes round Gilmore, and again that was that's a cynical thing, isn't it? I mean, Gilmore's already pushed Wilson Burnell to the ground and cynically tripped Barnell Smith, and I just wonder, the referee here does just seem to be missing some of the darker arts, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. I mean, not even a little word with the player, is it? Just to let them know that he's spotting these things and he's got their eye on them, and that's all it's going to take. He needs to do that a couple of times, and hopefully it will stop. If not, then he needs to put them in the book. And it's sometimes you can see the way the game's going to go, and these things are going to go and carry on happening if the referee doesn't get a hold of them.
Yeah, the one thing you can say about this young Hertford side, they don't moan about it, they just get up and take the free kick, which is the way to go about it. Mashani back to the edge of his own area for Ben Hurd. Will go back inside that area for Luke Mewett. 10 minutes to go before the break here at the Smile IT. Thanks for joining us on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf. Hertford 1, Northley 0. The goal coming as early as the 8th minute. Cracking volley from Joe Bennett. But Hertford have been by far the better team in this opening period. Sendage back for Bennett. Far side for Ryan Burnell. Burnell's got Coughlin Brown a little bit further down the touchline, but in the end miscues and the ball goes out for a throw-in to Northley, who really have only threatened once. That Dan Westheader over the top after Mewett missed the ball. Apart from that, it's been all Hertford. A couple of good chances. Sonny Coughlin Brown, particularly with one from Garzon's corner, went just wide of the post, and Mashani's effort as well. But here's Craig Hackett. He's coming inside and playing an increasing part of the game, the number 7. And here is Hackett again on the edge of the area. Good tackle by Ben Hurd, and it'll be picked up and pulled on this near side for Sendage. Sendage here. They're coming in to catch up with him. Coughlin Brown's one of them, right hand edge of the area. Brings the ball back, but gives it away. That was disappointing. There are opportunities there. Sendage had plenty of space down this left-hand side, but Hertford have got it again with Ben Hurd. Comes across the halfway line, chips it again down the left, looking for Sendage. Sendage's volley puts the ball up in the air, and it's headed down by Peart, straight to the foot of Brian Garzon, though, and they're tussling for the ball down by the corner flag on this near side. Ball goes out, and throw-in is taken. Gilmore puts it back to Declan Peart, his central defensive partner. Long ball looking for Barrett, sorted out by Gilzine, and here's Ben Hurd again. Plays the ball to Mashani inside the Northley half. Mashani back to Ben Hurd on the halfway line. Ball forward for Billy Mardell Smith. Wilson Burnell's got it. Almost turned it inside from Mashani. But linesman's flag goes up for offside. And Northley will have themselves a free kick. Away from home so far. I mean, they've won an AFC Dunstable 4-2. Saw them win at Ware 3-1. But having said that, they had Lyndon Goss playing centre forward that day, who's now gone to Bedford, of course, and he ran well ragged. He was a major part of that victory. They've also won at Kempston 2-1, Biggleswade 2-1, and Stockfold 2-0. So that's been quite a record for Northley, as Owen James picks the ball up on that far side of the field. Joe Bennett is the defender. James gets it across. Mewett's missed it again, and it goes through his fingers and comes off the top of the crossbar.
Well, I mean, that's another good chance, wasn't it? I think Luke a little bit fortunate there for missing that. Obviously, he's got his fingertips to it, as he said, and he's tipped it on, and it's just rolled along the bar and out for a Northley corner. But something for Northley to feel positive about.
Yeah, need to defend it. The Hertford to Stan West coming in, and it was Gilzine, I think, who got it off the line. So could so easily have found themselves back level there. Here's Hopkins again. Puts the ball in the area, headed out by Ben Hurd. Sendage can't get it. Northley have got their tails up for a minute, but Brian Garzon manages to rob Hackett and chip the ball out on this near side. They do tend to score away from home. It's been a year since they failed to score away from home. They were in the Premier Division then, of course. They lost 6-0 at Truro. which must have been not a very happy coach trip back to Oxfordshire. That's the last time they failed to score away from home, so North Leigh normally find a way. Here's Brian Garzon trying to find a way at the other end, plays it through to Wilson Burnell, but he's offside, and it will all come to nothing as far as Hertford are concerned. 6 minutes to go before the break, and I was saying earlier, Simon, it might be majorly critical, but the one thing is, it's only a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, it is. I mean, obviously, we know that can be dangerous. You're going to need something else on top of that, at least, I think. And Hertford, I think they'll be disappointed that the score is only 1-0 at the moment. They have had a couple of decent opportunities to add to that score. But as you said, a couple of minutes ago, North Leigh seems to have got their tails up in the last few minutes. They've had a couple of opportunities where they could have scored. So 1-0, as we know, is a dangerous scoreline.
Ball forward by Joe Bennett, looking for the send edge, but just put a little bit too much on it. And Lewis Thorne polices it out of play for a North Leigh goal kick. Half-time sequence coming up. We'll be telling you about North Leigh. And looking at the Golden Boot as well, in both codes, of course, the ladies and the gentlemen's, as Ryan Burnell picks the ball up and feeds Luke Mewett back to Ben Hurd. And you'll be glad to hear there's also a Muppets link, not only to Oxford, but to North Leigh. Here comes Mashani. Mashani plays the ball to the left. Wilson Burnell's got a motor to keep it in. I think he's going to do so. He's down on the left-hand side of the area, blows the ball across. Coughlin Brown goes up under challenge from Hopkins, can't get there, and the ball's going to go out of play for a goal kick to the visitors from Oxfordshire. They've got a game. Their last game, of course, they lost 2-1 at home to Welling Garden City. Next Saturday, they've got a little bit of a Oxfordshire derby against Tame United, who found themselves bottom of the table. Of course, their game against Stopfold was called off very early. I think it was the first one to go this morning in Southern League Division 1 Central. And sadly, they say it's one of those frustrating afternoons, isn't it? If you're Hart Senior County League or Spartan South Midlands, you look up now and think, well, why is our game off? Because there's a nice bit of blue sky out there. But unfortunately, all the damage done overnight, and some of it this morning. Here's Ben Hurd, picks the ball up inside his own half, coming forward, plays the ball for Wilson Burnell, who's offered himself every time. He hasn't had too much joy so far, but he's always been available, as he is now. Picks the ball up, back to Ben, who finds Brian Garzon. Garzon on this near side's got Sendech. Looking to play the ball inside to Wilson Burnell, looks for Garzon, just overcooks it a bit, and it goes out. But you can see that when the ball goes out of play like that, you can it's supporters will forgive you that, because they can see what you're trying to do. Yeah, absolutely. And, I think obviously Hertford have lost control of the ball, but people know the moves they're trying to make and what they're creating, and when it has come off, you can hear the roar from the supporters and how impressed they are with the move. So here's Mashani again on the edge of the box. Brings in Coughlin Brown. Coughlin Brown back for Joe Bennett, who's going to have another go and curls one just wide of the target. But again, North Leigh not picking him up when he comes. He plays that defensive shielding role in front of the back four, but then suddenly bobs up where nobody expects. And that's what he did with the goal. And that one from Joe Bennett just put wide of the target. 2 minutes before the break. Shouldn't imagine there's going to be too much added on, as Ryan Burnell puts the ball up the far side for Ben Hurd. Back for Luke Mewett, who just had to adjust his feet a little bit. Gets their head in the end of down west, as Sendedge and Mashani play a little bit of keep ball and then find Ben Hurd inside his own penalty area. Again back to Mewett. Mewett's long ball on the far side. And this is a new one as well, isn't it? Using Luke Mewett in the kind of sweeper goalkeeper role.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, sometimes he looks a little bit shaky in that. I think just then. I mean, the ball was played to him. Did have a North Leigh player closing in on him, but obviously he had the confidence to be able to get it away, even though it managed to go out for a throw in the end. But it does make me nervous sometimes when they're playing it like that.
Yeah, absolutely. But if that's the way you want to do it, you have to adjust to the way of play. And his guy's on a bit of space, but Williams did well to close down that space pretty quickly. And still in possession, brings in Mardell Smith, who does well, skip away from Barrett, and plays the ball to Ryan Burnell. Across the halfway line to Wilson Burnell. Back to Harry Gilzine. Gilzine coming forward. Confident to come forward. I said earlier, he seems to get more confident every game you see him play, Harry Gilzine, as Burnell puts the brakes on that far side. We're well into the final minute of the half. It looks like Hertford are happy to go in 1-0 in front, as Ben Hurd maybe plays the ball forward from Mashani and just can't keep up with it. Oh, Pearce under hit the back pass, and Foster was quick to react. Otherwise, they would have been in real trouble.
Yeah, I mean that was a poor defensive mistake there from it, wasn't it? And thankfully the keepers managed to come out and get the ball away. But as you said earlier, Pete, the North Leigh are looking very shaky at the back.
It's unusual, most definitely, for this team. It's a back line that's been together for a while as well. As the ball will go out on this near side for a throw in. Skims off the hands of Thorne, but West manages to get hold of him. Shani robs him, and here's Billy Mardell Smith moving outside of Gilmore. Mardell Smith still going. He's got Coughlin Brown outside him. Can he tee up the cross? Wilson Burnell, Garzon, send edge, all in the box. As Mardell Smith and Coughlin Brown has played the ball between them. Chance seems to have gone, but Ryan Burnell will pick it up midway inside the North Leigh half. Play it to his left to Ben Hurd. Ben maybe fancies a go, and wow, got hold of it. We've seen them score from longer than that, but in the end, that's the final action of a very satisfactory half for the home side here, with a half-time score at the Smile IT. Smiles all round. Now Hertford 1, North Leigh 0.
Yeah, a great first half from Hertford there. And that first 20 minutes, I think they were absolutely fantastic. They've really run the first half. A couple of great opportunities that they've had to extend that lead, and then North Leigh coming into it. The last 10-15 minutes of the half, having a couple of opportunities of their own. But on the whole, I'm sure Hertford will go in the a happy side. We've just got Pat Sinfield coming in, having a word with Sonny there as they're going into the tunnel. But great first half from them, and very impressive. Hopefully that can continue in the second half.
Yeah, hopefully we will get absolutely more of the same. Well, welcome to the half-time sequence here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf, where we tell you a little bit about where our opponents are from. And our opponents are North Leigh, which is 3 miles northeast of Witney in Oxfordshire. Last time Wikipedia looked anyway, they had a population of 1,929. And the one thing is that the locals there, and if you are listening from Oxfordshire, please forgive the accent, but evidently it's called Norleigh. So instead of calling it North Leigh, the locals call it Norleigh. And it's got 2 Roman villas which were excavated there. And also in 1765, George Spencer, who was the great-great-great-grandfather of Winston Churchill, was Lord of the Manor of Norleigh, if I pronounce it like the locals do. And the Mason's Arms opened in 1871, and it's still the only pub now in the village, but has been trading there since 1871, which is fairly impressive. And the North Leigh Windmill was built in 1833. It's used as an observation post in World War II. Unfortunately, nobody bothered to put the sails back, so it's still a windmill without any sails. And football club themselves were formed in 1908. They play in the grounds of Einjum Hall. It is a lovely ground. If you haven't visited, it is well worth going to have a look. What's a maternity hospital and rest and and relaxation centre during World War II for US servicemen who called it the Flak Shack, evidently. It was then a police training college, and it's recently been opened as Estelle Manor, which has got 108 bedrooms. And we'll just break in for Simon, giving the scores for a minute. How much do you think a night's B&B next Saturday would be at the Estelle Manor with 108 bedrooms with a site of North Leigh's football ground?
Has next Saturday got anything to do with it? Or?
No, just right. For two people. This be one room, two people.
275 quid.
Well, you almost double that. £550, evidently. And if you want a fillet steak for dinner, it'll cost you a mere 49 quid. So there you go.
I might go and stay there next weekend and have fillet steak both nights.
Yeah, why not? Go there, watch the football. Excellent. Enjoy yourself. Okay, here it comes. Yep, on the half-time sequence. If you have not been following it throughout the season, we've decided that I can't even remember where this started, but we had a Muppets link one week in our half-time sequence, and it is now my challenge to find a Muppets link to all the opponents that we cover here on 90 Minutes Live. And yes, I have found one for North Leigh, and here it comes. In 1544, we have to go back a long time for this one, North Leigh was granted to Sir Thomas Pope. Now, Sir Thomas Pope was one of the founders of Trinity College, Oxford. And Trinity College, Oxford, the students that go there, of course, were members of the Oxford Union. And you wouldn't guess that in 1994, who addressed the Oxford Union but Kermit the Frog, wearing a mortarboard and a gown. So Kermit the Frog, and a direct link to North Leigh.
What can I say? I am flabbergasted. I really am. I mean, talking about flabbergasted, I've just seen one of the scores here, and I'll bring you up to date with them shortly. But I say it every week, Pete, and I do know how you do it, but I don't know how you do it. It's fantastic, and it's what I look forward to every week. But I mean, maybe right now would be a good time to tell us what Muppets link we could look forward to next week.
Oh well, next week, yeah. I mean, the Muppets link next week will come from Gabbershots, which is home of Waltham Abbey FC, and I will dig you out a link between Waltham Abbey and the Muppets, because Waltham Abbey are owned aware, so we'll be following Paul Woolsey and the boys this time next week away at Waltham Abbey, live from 2:55. And someone's just shown me the Ware lineup, which is interesting, because Michael Toner, who's been around long time, has obviously signed up for Paul Halsey's team. Didn't know that one. He's coming at centre back, former Bodders Bar player, and Gab Chaps gets his first start as well, which is interesting. So that's an interesting lineup for Ware, and Simon will now tell us what difference it's made.
Yeah, I will do. I'll start off with the Southern League latest scores. Game between Bedford and AFC Dunstable was a delayed kick-off. I think there was some sort of downpour there, and the ref said he was going to give it a little while to see if they could get rid of the standing water. They kicked off about 5 minutes ago, and that is obviously 0-0 there. Biggleswade Town are 1-0 down against Aylesbury United. Cirencester Town, they are leading Hadley 1-0. Kidlington 1, Waltham Abbey 2. There's been 2 penalties in that game, one each for either side. Obviously the games between Kings Langley, Biggleswade, Tame United, Stotfold and Welling Garden City and Kempston Rovers were postponed. And Ware are leading Barton Rovers 3-1. With goals from Liam Dawson, Romeo Mills and Stefanos Giorgio.
Ah, good stuff from Ware, who, as people heard me will say, were frankly awful this time last week. So glad they've hit back to a bit of form. So we could be in for a 100% day here, with Hertford in front, Ware in front. And also that goal from Liam Dawson means that I've actually got to amend here my golden boot, because he actually enters now into the front runners for the Golden Boot with his 10th goal of the season, which is apologies if you're listening to us on Wednesday. You can go make a cup of tea or something for a minute, because this is going to be a complete repeat of what happened on Wednesday night, apart from that Liam Dawson goal. Jamie Marshall of Hertford Heath out in front with 17. Eben Mabona, who plays his football here at home for Hatfield Town, with 15. And Kamani Collington, who also plays here for Hatfield Town, with 13. Louis Debenham, our friend from Westmill's, got 11. Then you've got 3 players on 10 now. Kendall Giamphy of AFC Welling, Charlie Yearwood of AFC Welling, and Liam Dawson now of Ware. And there's going to be very little additions to that because St Margaret's didn't have a game today anyway in the Thurlow Nunn Division 1 South, and everything else of our interest in Arts Senior County and South Midlands and Essex Olympian League was unfortunately off.
Yeah, so for the women's Golden Boot, as Pete said, it's the same as it was on Wednesday. But in case you wasn't listening then, well, I'll update you. So we've got Laura Cousins of Sherrard's Wood leading the way on 11. Claire Cranfield, her teammate, she's got 8 goals. Then we've got 2 players from Bury Rangers ladies, Katie Deeprose and Jessica Duff, both on 7. And on 6 goals, we've got Paige Pryor from St Margaret's Women and Christina O'Connell from Wadson Park ladies, both on 6. I did say on Wednesday I was going to update you with the Beds and Hearts Women's Football League after telling you all about the Eastern Region teams on Wednesday night. So in the Premier Division, Colney Heath, they are leading the way from 13 points from 5 games. Langford ladies are second with 10 points from 4. Our 2 teams in there, St Margaret's, they've played 5 and got 9 points. They are in 4th position. Hartsham United ladies, they are in 6th with 6 points from 5 games. Watford Development, they're popping up the table. They have 0 points after 5 games. Division 1, it's Flitwick Eagles leading the way. They have got 16 points from 6 games. Ahead of Garston Women, they have got 15 points from 7. The interest from our side, and this surprised me when I looked at it, Sherrard's Wood, they are in 6th with 6 points from 6 games. With all the goals they've been scoring, I thought they would be a little bit higher in the table, but they are in 6th. And Evergreen Eagles are bottom, still to gain a point after their 5 games. Division 2 is headed by 2 teams on a 100. Sorry, not on 100%. It's headed by 2 teams. You've got Real Bedford Development with 12 points from 6 games, as have Buntingford Town. Real Bedford leading that on goal difference. And unfortunately, Watton Ladies are bottom of the table there. They have got 3 points from their 5 games. But it's better news in Division 3 with the Bury Rangers women leading the table. They have got a 100% record from their 5 games. And Woburn and Wavendon, they have also got a 100% record, but they've only played 4. And it is Goffs Oak Women there propping up the table with another team that has yet to gain any points from 5 games.
Yeah, that's all good stuff with the ladies' football. Of course, a really big game down here tomorrow week, isn't it, in the ladies' FA Cup?
Yeah, it is, yeah. I mean, I just saw Danny Barley at half-time. He came up and spoke to me, and it's a real chance for the Hertford girls to get further in the FA Cup. They have got Haringey Borough Women here at the Smile IT Stadium. It is a 1 o'clock kick-off. So, if you can get down here next Sunday to come down and support the women, I'm sure they'd really appreciate your support. They've been going really well in the league so far. Fantastic run in the FA Cup. And as I said on Wednesday, they've gained £7,000 in prize money so far from the FA Cup. They've got at least £1,500 to come from the next round, which is absolutely fantastic for them, for a club. And to think, not so long ago they were struggling to find sponsors, and now I'm sure word's spreading around for them. And I did see a tweet from the Hertford Town men's club account that the Hertford Town women that had put up, and it was great to see the Hertford Town badge amongst other clubs in the next round. You know, you had the likes of Nottingham Forest, Oxford United, Newcastle, etc. in there, and to see Hertford Town's badge amongst them it's in the next round was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely, and why not? Well done, ladies. Talking of engagements next weekend, by the way, if you're anywhere near Watson Park, then there's a charity mediumship night for young Ronnie Wraith, who is the player who, sadly, a young 13-year-old who was struck by lightning not far away from here, really, at Seal School. Ronnie is thankfully on his way to recovery, but it's going to be a long road, and he's in Adam Brooks Hospital. So on next Saturday, the 11th of November at 7 o'clock, plenty of mediums, I suppose, which is what happens in a mediumship night. Never been to one personally. But tickets are £10, and if you are interested, then you can get them from our very good friend Hayley. That's Hayley with a Y, Spink, at btinternet.com. So Subwash is not really telling us much here. Hertford, I don't really think they're going to make any change, and Northley have only got 3 that they bought. Those 3 subs, well, 2 of them certainly could make a difference in an attacking sense. Ryan Light is a striker, been around a bit, and Jamal Branca, who had a real storming game against Ware, playing at right fullback actually, so I'm surprised not to see him in the lineup, but right on cue. Here come Northley, and it would appear there's not any changes made.
No, I was just about to say there's only 2 substitutes out, but someone must have been hiding down just below us, so they've got their full complement of subs out here as well, warming up at half-time. So, as you say, Pete, it doesn't look like there's going to be any immediate changes for this second half.
Well, let's go for it and give you the 2-team line-up, see if somebody proves me wrong. As Hertford Town started with Luke Hewitt in goal. 2 fullbacks have been excellent. Ryan Burnell on the right, Karaima Shani on the left. 2 central defenders, Harry Gilzine and Ben Erd, with Joe Bennett, the goal scorer, playing just in front of them. And then you've got Billy Mardell-Smith and Brian Garzon, and a front 3 of Sonny Goglan-Brown, Wilson Burnell and Sendedge. So that's the Hertford line-up. As far as Northley are concerned, James Foster in goal. 2 fullbacks, Lewis Thorne on one side, Michael Hopkins on the other. 2 central defenders, Declan Peart and George Gilmore. And then in the centre of midfield, Lance Williams and Dan West, very experienced players, along with Owen Dorr. And then Greg Hackett on this right-hand side, Owen James on the left-hand side, and Connor Barrett pushing forward through the centre. So that's our 2 lineups for the second half here at the Smile IT. 90 minutes live in association with Easy Shelf, and the Hertford leading here by a goal to 0, where 3-1 up at half-time against Barton Rovers. So both of them will certainly be pushing on the door for a place in the top 5 come this evening. Wilson Burnell's got the ball at his feet, and
referee's just pointing out one of the floodlights hasn't come on.
And yeah, you're absolutely right, Simon. One of the floodlights has not come on.
I think that one in the corner there might not be on as well. Obviously we can't see it, but he seems to be pointing to both of them.
That's going to be a real shame if been there. I can remember a game actually. Here's another Oxford link while we're waiting. I remember a Watford game against Oxford United, which was, I think it was in the League Cup at the time, and the first game was supposed to be played on a Tuesday evening at Vicarage Road, and we all got there at Vicarage Road, and it was one of those days which was threatening to snow, was very cold, etc. And you watch the players on the pitch, and it's the only time in my life I've seen a pitch physically freeze in front of my eyes, and the referee came out, took one look at it and said, "Nope, you're not playing on that," and everybody went home again. And so we regrouped for the following Tuesday, and the following Tuesday both the teams came out, they were doing their warm-up, and suddenly what would happen but bang, the floodlights went out. And I was standing in the players' tunnel at the time, and you often wonder, don't you? You think, at a football league club, everything's under control, things are fine, we'll sort it out. And suddenly a guy comes steaming down the tunnel and says, I'm an electrician, do you want a hand? And they said, oh, thank God you're here. And whoever he was, the hero Watford fan, saved the hour of the day by getting the floodlights back on.
Oh, well, I hope he got like a free season to get out of it or something. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, we've just seen Colin Hurd go into the tunnel, try and sort things out. Ben Hurd's come off the pitch and he's gone in to have a look as well. But I remember that. I think since we've been doing this, I think there's been a couple of incidents, hasn't it, with the floodlights coming out. There was one game here that we had, and there was that one at St Margaret's-Bury, which I remember that they'd come off and go on and come on. Oh, sorry, come on, go off, come on, go off, and that was. That was quite a late night, that one, if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember that one. It was like a Technoflash light show, wasn't it? But unfortunately, hope the tea's in the oven, because we're going to be a bit of a late finish here, I think. We're going to get underway anyway, by the look of it, in this second half, with only, actually all the floodlights have gone off now, so, we've got plenty of light at the moment, but whether it'll remain that way about 4:30, we're going to have to wait and see as Hertford get us underway again. Kicking this time from left to right as the ball is thumped out on that far side, and Lewis Thorne will watch it drift out of play.
Well, I think it's the right thing to do to get the game started now, because there's no point in waiting for them to sort the floodlights out. As you say, it's plenty light enough, and to get the game going for now. And if they can sort out the floodlights in the next 10-15 minutes or whatever, and get them on, then no harm's done. Yeah,
I think it's sensible on everyone's behalf. As the ball forward for Brian Garzon, got a bit of space to move into, threads it through the Wilson. Burnell's going to hit it first time, but it's it over the top of the Sable end. Another good opportunity. Garzon breaking through those lines as he does. Good opportunity for Wilson Burnell. Perhaps he might fancy it a bit better on his left foot, but in the end it goes over the top.
Yeah, I think he just snatched it a little bit, didn't he? And when he's come in and try to take it a little bit quicker, maybe rush it on his right foot instead of taking a little bit of time and trying to switch it to his left. But decent opportunity at the opening seconds of the second half.
Well, the second half has started. The first did at the moment, because the Hertford are coming forward again with Garzon. Garzon's brought down with the challenge, which came in from George Gilmore. And Gilmore's a lucky boy at the moment. He hasn't been booked, but he's been involved in a few things. And he's got away with another one there, you'd think. But referee's kept the guard in the pocket, and the Hertford have got on with it as Mashani picks the ball up far side. Finds Sendedge. Sendedge with those. He's an absolute box of tricks, isn't he, Sendedge? As soon as he gets hold of the ball, he's dummying over it and doing various things. Here's Ryan Burnell. Brings in Sonny Coughlin-Brown. Coughlin-Brown back to Burnell. Joe Bennett all the way back to Harry Gilzine. Gilzine forward to Burnell. Burnell turns it again back to Gilzine. We'll be joined to Ben Hurd after this one, as we always do, and it's certainly be good to chat to him about this new setup, which has the inverted fullbacks, and when he sort of decided to start playing it as Northfleet coming forward, but Garzon gets in the way. Ball goes out for a corner on that far side. Be interesting to learn from Ben when he started changing things.
It will, yeah. I mean, knowing Ben, he can be a little bit cryptic sometimes, can't he? So I wonder if he'll not want to give too much away. But it's certainly worth asking him, and see what sort of response we get.
Here comes the corner, up they go, breaks on the edge of the area for Barrett, and he's thumped clear by the man we were just talking about. As Ben gets there, Barrett goes in, free kick to Hertford inside the area. Substitutes, by the way, didn't mention them, did I? Manny Robe, Collade, Soledine, Cardozo, Charlie Payne and Urgis Pepage. So plenty there, you've got 5 players on the bench there who'll be thinking, well, I should be in this team. So it's interesting as far as Northfleet are concerned. Only 3 subs, but 2 could make a difference. Ryan Knight and Jamal Branca are in an attacking form. Leon Morrison is a 23-year-old centre-back, so you wouldn't think that he will be introduced if they need a goal, which they do at the moment. As ball goes out, is fielded by the manager James Keller on that far side in the North Leigh dugout. I keep looking up the floodlights, but you don't know whether anyone's flicked the switch yet, do you? As Burnell, Wilson Burnell that is, finds Mashani on the far side. Joe Bennett lobs it into the area. Sendedge brings it down, but he's beaten to it by Greg Hackett. Hackett puts it, Declan Peart, who lets the ball disappear under his foot, but finds Foster again. Long kick onto the head of Ryan Burnell. Cotland Brown will be the first to react for Hertford. Brings in Mashani, here he comes again. Far side, brings in Sendedge onto the left foot, fires in the shot, but one bounce and straight into the arms of James Foster. North Leigh player down. But I think collided when Mashani was running through. Looks like Greg Hackett, I think, to me, who's gone down. The number 7 has got back up though. No need for John McDonough, the physio, to come out as the North Leigh substitutes start warming up down by the corner flag. We've had just 4 minutes, second half here. If you just come back from your half-time cuppa, a little bit of a delayed start because we had a floodlight problem. Floodlights are still not on, but light is plentiful at the moment, so we don't really have to worry. And I think we've been helped out by the fact there's a bit of blue sky out there as well, because if it had been kind of leaden and raining, we could have been in more of a problem, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think if we did have some dark clouds and a bit of rain, as you said, obviously that would make a bit of a difference. But thankfully, for now, Colin Hay his weather prediction is wrong.
And on this near side is Sonny Cotland Brown. Good ball from Wilson Burnell. Ryan Burnell coming up in support. Looking to put it across the box. Got 2 players in front of him. Balls it back for Joe Bennett. Bennett brings in Cotland Brown. Patient play by Hertford. Here's Mashani in a bit of space. He'll go forward. That's what he likes. Plays it to Mardell Smith. Mardell Smith outside. They will get it across now with Burnell. And it's a corner as the ball ricochets onto the roof of the stable end. So Garzon will trot across and take Hertford's 4th corner of the afternoon here at the Smile IT Stadium. Come up from the back. North Leigh have left Barrett forward, but everybody else is in that penalty area. A little bit of pushing going on between Williams and Wilson Burnell as it goes to the near post. Nobody knows where it is. Back across by Cotland Brown, headed in, but it's in the back of the net from Wilson Burnell. North Leigh stand, they look shocked. Hertford stand and they celebrate. Wilson Burnell, 7th of the season for him. Hertford go 2 up.
Well, yeah, it's more than what he's deserved from Hertford, and North Leigh just couldn't deal with that corner, could they? The ball pinged about in there, and people sort of looked a little bit lost as to where the ball was going. But Wilson Burnell knew where it was, and he knew where it was going once he headed it right into the back of the net.
51 minutes, Wilson Burnell's number 7 for the season, and also a big assist for Sonny Cotland Brown there, because a lot of players where everybody was looking didn't know where the ball was. He showed the composure to just nip it up to the far post, and Wilson Burnell came in and did the rest. Well, North Leigh have got a real mountain to climb here. Last time they were defeated away from home was on the 4th of March. Because they've won all their their away games this season, and if they're going to maintain that record, they've got to score 3 here. Long kick forward, looking for James, but Ryan Burnell, I think Owen James will not want to meet Ryan Burnell again in a hurry, because he's got absolutely no change at all. Hertford's right back, they lead here by 2-0. I thought when driving this game, I thought, well, this is going to be a test, isn't it? Because they've beaten Tame, who are bottom, they've beaten Enfield in the County Cup. They're up against a team here that many people fancy. Started off in 2nd, and so far they've passed this test with absolute flying colours. As Hackett picks it up, trying to do something for North Leigh to get him back in the game. Goes down under pressure from a couple of players, Cotland Brown and Joe Bennett. And Williams is wanting to get on with it, because my stats will let me down. Didn't look last time North Leigh have lost 2 in the trot. Hasn't happened often. And at the moment they're facing that. I think they lost against Welwyn Garden City at home this time last week. Won't like Hertfordshire at the moment, as Williams picks the ball up though, gets the ball back. Here's Lance Williams going in the area, fires in the shot, blocked by Ryan Burnell, and breaks out to Sonny Coghlan Brown. Williams, who's been on fire, was North Leigh's Player of the Month, and the ball down this side almost picks up Mardale Smith, but doesn't do so. I'm pleased to announce the floodlights are on, so there won't be any problem with that. And I've had to put my floodlight on as well, because it's got a little bit dull here in the stand at the Smile IT. Michael Hopkins is going to take the throw in for North Leigh. Taking his time about it. They're the team that are 2 down. In the end, Hopkins does take it down the line. One bounce for Barrett. Ryan Burnell goes down, claiming a foul. Not going to be given. And here is Owen James. And in the end, the ball just goes out of play once again for a goal kick. And well, they've got Jamal Branca on the as a sub, but it's actually going to be Ryan Knight who's going to come out wearing number 9. It's going to be the first change for either side this afternoon. It's going to actually be Connor Barrett who's going to go off. Ryan Knight will come on, former Wantage and Kidlington player, played most of his non-league football in Oxfordshire, and also there's another one coming up here, which is going to be Declan Peart, who's going to come off, and coming on is Leon Morrison, who's the 23-year-old. He's a centre-back, so I can't see too much change there. I think that's obviously going to be nothing really in terms of formation. Morrison's at his second spell. Spent time at Highworth, and also my favourite team in the whole of non-league football, which is Swindon Supermarine. It's any team that gets their name after a Spitfire is pretty cool as far as I'm concerned. Long kick forward then. North Leigh have made the 2 changes. They've got Branca on the bench still to come on. Hertford as you were, and why not so far, is Ryan Burnell. Into his own half for Bennett. They've doubled their advantage. More comfortable in the lead. Here's Ben Hurt. Forward, far side to Mashani. Mashani again, looking to come forward. Finds Garzon. Oh, lovely back heel from Mardale Smith. And here's Coghlan Brown in space in the area. Oh, just got too much on it. And in the end, Hopkins comes across, but I think there must have been a flag. I don't know what there was a flag up for. Surely wasn't offside. But North Leigh got a free kick and taken it quickly, and Hackett's got the ball. It's absolutely sublime back heel by Brian Garzon. If you'd have seen that on Match of the Day, they'd be replaying it loads and loads of times. As Gilzine comes forward for Hertford inside his own half, chips it up, looks for Burnell. He's not offside, but this time Foster's starting position was good and manages to get that ahead of Hertford's number 9. Hackett forward, Ryan Knight's first touch. Knight on this near side for Owen James. James back for Hopkins. Hopkins for James again, and James is giving it away to Wilson Burnell. Sendedge has got a run in on the left hand side. Wilson's gone right so far and gets pulled down once again by the number 60 George Gilmore, who surely has got to get a card this time.
I mean, that's the 3rd incident now that he's been involved with, and the referee, I was just going to say the referee's still not having a word with him, but he's just called him over to him, but he's just going to speak to him. He's not going to book him, and this, I don't know how he's got away without getting a yellow card in this game.
Well, it is just a word, and it was only a little word as well, but Brian Garzon's going to take the free kick, chips it in, getting off and make them play. Oh, Sendedge coming in on the far post, couldn't get hold of it, and it goes behind for a goal kick. Yeah, I think our referee is Lucas Wood. Well, I don't think he didn't get the red font in the spreadsheet, but he's maybe he's teetering on an amber at the moment, I think, for his performance. not been too impressed. Here's Sendage, far side, inside the North Leigh half. Hertford leading here by 2-0. A very smiley smile IT. Gilzine near side for Ryan Burnell. Burnell forward for Garzon. Garzon back to Harry Gilzine. Gilzine plays the dummy. Muett's got a bit more time with the ball at his feet. As you said, Simon, he didn't look 100% comfortable to me. But I'm sure that's something they'll be working on in the training. As Ben turns around, tries to find Sendage, goes down. That looked like a foul, but the referee didn't give it. And here's Owen James on the edge of the area, flicks it in for Ryan Knight. His shot well blocked by Ben Hurd. And Ben having a real blast at somebody there. I think it's Sendage. Wasn't impressed. And the ball goes out on this near side, which will allow the number 19, Owen Dorr, to take the corner for North Leigh. Dorr driven across, header comes in, it's in the back of the net. Lance Williams scores the goal, and suddenly it's game back on here. Lance Williams, the skipper, gets his 9th of the season. Hertford didn't watch him from the corner, and Ben will certainly be upset about that.
Yeah, he won't be happy at all, was he? Absolute free header for him there. No marking at all, no one's picked him up, and he's just absolutely smashed it into the back of the net.
Well, 59 minutes. And Lance Williams gives North Leigh a lifeline into this one, and also preserves that record I was mentioning in the first half. Well, they haven't failed to score away in the league since the 5th of November 2022. So they'll keep that going no matter the result here, as Ben Hurd picks it up. Hertford just need to keep their head here. North Leigh will no doubt be buoyed by that goal. Here's Moshani coming in the opposite direction. It's again picking up a little bit of pace, but this time North Leigh get enough bodies in the way. And the ball goes back to James Foster. Thumps it forward, lands midway on the head of Dan West. Knight was coming from an offside position, and the ball will break with Brian Garzon on the halfway line. Garzon chips his way round. Gilmore brings it down yet again. There's Hertford fans shouting off, and I know that's oh dear. It's a little bit of tetchiness has broken out here, which we don't want to see. Referee needs to get hold of this, and you could have done that by booking George Gilmore earlier in this game.
Yeah, he's not dealt with things. I mean, we've said time and time before, Pete, that if you don't deal with things properly, then this is the sort of thing that it leads to, and he is in danger of losing control of this game. He really needs to get hold of things, start dealing with some of these cynical fouls that are happening, and get back control.
Well, it's still happening. They're still pushing and shoving. The referee's distance himself. He's telling the players to go away. Michael Hopkins is, he's experienced enough. He's got the knowledge to know that you don't get involved in this. Owen James is there. He was directly involved. He's getting a sneaking to the referee. But if the referee does not book Gilmore at the end of this, I will be absolutely amazed. But he's looking firstly for Harry Gilzine, I think, who's going to get a yellow card. Taking his time to sort it out. Gilzine gets a yellow. I think Owen James is going to get a yellow as well. But Gilmore, who's done that thing that you do, isn't it? You know you're guilty, and you put yourself as far away from the referee as possible. Let's hope the referee's going to go and find him. Well, he's pulling George Gilmore towards.
At last.
Well, I think you can probably hear the Hertford crowd in the background with the off. And he's a lucky boy, because if the referee had done what he should have done earlier, then that would have been a second yellow for George Gilmore, and they would have been down to 10.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he shouldn't be on the pitch by now. You're absolutely right, Pete. And let's see what happens now, because the referee really needs to start dealing with this, and hopefully he will be for the rest of the game.
Well, Ben will know that Hertford just need to keep playing their football. They don't want to get dragged into all this stuff, because they've been by far the better side this afternoon. And they just want to maintain. As Ben picks the ball up They fancy a dig, but puts it across the box. Sendage comes in, good defending in the end, but Joe Bennett will pick it up for Hertford. But once again, it's Lewis Thorne who's in the way. And suddenly a spring in the step of the team from Oxfordshire. As Lewis Thorne down the right-hand touchline. Owen James has got space on this left-hand side. Thorne looks to go outside Mashani, but that's an easier thing than done. Mashani does well. Thorne has to go backwards. Far side of the field for Greg Hackett. Hackett, though, going down, goes round Mashani. Hackett tries to get the ball across, does chip it up. Up goes Mewett, just about gets a hand to it. Michael Hopkins will fire it in off the back of Sonny Goughlin-Brown. Up into the air. Hertford still with defending to do. Ryan Burnell out. It's a different game now. With North Leigh right back in it. Here's Gilmore, the villain of the piece, who puts the ball up, and the ball will go out of play here for a throw-in to Hertford right in front. And Ryan Burnell's going to get it. Just calm down, Ryan. Just need to take it easy here. Get through these next 10 minutes or so. Here's Wilson Burnell. Burnell for Coughlin-Brown. Ryan Burnell gets it back. Plays the ball back to Harry Gilzine on the edge of his 18-yard area. Ball across that area for Ben Hurd. Hurd looks for Mashani. Brian Garzon again there looking for the pass, but Sendage has got it at the far side. Garzon will have it now. He's the man that makes Hertford tick. Sendage plays the ball centrally to Joe Bennett. Bennett for Ryan Burnell. This is good for Hertford. Burnell inside to Wilson. Wilson Burnell right at the edge of the area. In goes Gilmore and gets the ball this time. But has to put it out for Hertford's fifth corner of the afternoon. What can they do from here? Third goal would be very handy as Brian Garzon goes across. Harry Gilzine and Joe Bennett come up from the back. And only Greg Hackett is left forward for North Leigh. Garzon with the corner then. Garzon's corner goes for the far post. In they comes off Harry Gilzine, bounces it up, still in the air. Goalkeeper punches it out, it's still not clear. Lance Williams away and then Owen James, but Mashani will pick it up midway inside the North Leigh half. Mashani goes backwards though, into his own half for Ben Hurd. Once again a corner going across and North Leigh had no idea where it was. Their defending has been poor this afternoon by their standards. Long ball on that far side. Thorne manages to get a boot to it. Hackett brings it down, gives it away to Mardell Smith. Mardell Smith got a bit of room to move into. Might try the shot, does, but he's curled it over the top of the crossbar. And it's going to be a goal kick to North Leigh. But, as you said, Simon, we've seen them a number of times. I've never seen them looking this unsure at the back.
No, they seem very shaky indeed, didn't they? And as you said, several times we've seen them. They've always impressed us and put on a good performance. But this is very unlike them. That we from what we've seen of them.
As Luke Mewett puts the ball out on this near side for Harry Gilzine. We've had 21 minutes to the second half here. It's been a good game. All Hertford in the first half went 2-0 up thanks to Wilson Burnell, but North Leigh right back in the game thanks to that header from their player of the month last month, Lance Williams. Here he is inside the centre circle, plays the ball forward to Greg Hackett. Hackett gets it from Dan West, who plays it out to Thorne on the far side. More keep ball from North Leigh now into the area. Good defending by Hertford. Mashani will need to get it away. Just heads it up in the air. And Ryan Knight, who's made a bit of a difference since he'd come on, gets the ball. This time it's Ben Hurd who heads it up. Back in by Williams. Here is Ryan Knight inside the area. Big shout for handball. Referee says nothing doing, and Hertford can bring it away with Brian Garzon inside the centre circle. Garzon is wrestled again, and this time it was Owen Dorr with the challenge. But Hertford will have themselves a free kick inside their own half. In fact, it's inside their part of the centre circle. It's going to be Ben Hurd who will take it. Very wide on the left, Sundedge on very wide on the right, Coughlin-Brown. Take your pick. Ryan Burnell comes up now. Referee says get on with it, and Ben does. It was almost like the referee was going to stop the game then, but he didn't, and so Hertford's chance really goes begging a little bit. Burnell's brought down by Wilson Burnell, that is by Dan West. And Hertford will have another free kick as Lance Williams is pulling Wilson Burnell up, wants to get on with it. Ben Hurd down this side, looking for Coughlan Brown. Hopkins has got a job to do and does it well. He finds Owen James, but his path is blocked by Mardale Smith. Keeps the ball in, but a long one forward by Hopkins. Mashani's there with Ryan Knight, who controls it well. Finds Greg Hackett on that far side. Hackett into the area. It's down West. Ben Hurd bending arm up for offside. He's not going to give that, but West has been forced onto this near side corner flag by persistence by Ryan Burnell, and then Ben Hurd gets it away with the left boot. Looking for Wilson Burnell. Here's Gilmore. Brings out Lance Williams. Williams back into his own half for the substitute Morrison, who we've seen precious little of since he came on. Far side picks out Lewis Thorne. Sendage back doing some defending. Here's Greg Hackett. Hackett across the box, all the way across the box. Williams will race on this near side, try and keep it in. He's got precious little support. Finds some from Michael Hopkins now. Turns it inside for Owen Dorr, and Bennett's clearance none too clear, and Joe Bennett will just thump it towards the halfway line onto the head of Gilmore. Gilmore's header on the far side, missed by Gilzine. And Hertford just at 6s and 7s at the moment. Hackett coming in, and Ben's ball goes back into the arms of Luke Mewett. North Leigh are claiming back pass, but Mewett just bowls it out, and Morrison will he'll have to play it on that far side and find Foster. And long ball forward. It was Harry Gilzine who's the player furthest forward for Hertford there. Joe Bennett's dropped back into the back four at centre back as Greg Hackett goes and gets on the left boot. Off the roof of the net. Very, very close. Don't know, Luke Mewett would have got it. And North Leigh are knocking on the door.
Yeah, they are indeed here, aren't they? I mean, this is the best period of the game for them so far. They're looking to get that equaliser and get themselves back into the game. And Hertford just having to defend a little and just need to keep things a little bit tight and keep their nerve and keep their calm for now.
Well, fair play to the changes James Keller's made. He's brought Ryan Knight on. He's pushed Dan West further forward. And that's given Williams a bit more space to move into, and it's giving Hertford problems at the moment. Long one forward off the head of Sendage. Wilson Burnell will put Morrison under pressure on that far side. Morrison gives it away to Garzon. Garzon back for Sendage against Lewis Thorne. Sendage has to go backwards for Billy Mardale Smith. Mardale Smith forward to Garzon. Garzon on the edge of the area. Plays it to this near side for Coughlan Brown. Coughlan Brown across the area. Coming in is Sendage, and Thorne goes down under challenge. Both players hit the deck, and it's going to be a free kick to North Leigh. So we've got 19 minutes plus time added on remaining here. 2-1 we stand here. It was 3-1 at Watson Park at half time. We're against Barton Rovers. We won't really be able to tell you too much about the top of the table because we'll be off air by the time the Bedford game finishes. It was delayed kick-off in their home game against AFC Dunstable, which saw them start more or less when we were at half time. So they'll be round about at half time when we finish, you would guess. Mashani to take the throw in from he's going to get a yellow. Oh, come on, referee. Surely not. Mashani gets a yellow card here for delaying a throw-in, and he's left George Gilmore on the pitch. Well, all I can say is the red font is coming out in the spreadsheet tomorrow.
I was just going to say that. I reckon that's that orange font might be changing. It's a ludicrous decision and
ridiculous.
You think what's got away, and who's got away with what during this game, and he's booking him for that. I mean, he's not delayed it that long, has he?
It's nothing at all.
Terrible.
It's Wilson Burnell. Burnell has got Gilmore in front of him. He's going sideways and now backwards to Mardale Smith. Here's Brian Garzon. Garzon near side. Ryan Burnell lets it ricochet off his foot and go out. Just needs some concentration here from this young Hertford team. This is where players like Joe Bennett and Ben Hurd, they're going to have to get the young lads, get their heads together. They've been by far the better team for the majority of the game. They've played some delightful football. But at the moment, they only lead by a single goal. 2-1 there. As Lewis Thorne, who's playing more of a part down that side now than he did in the first half. Still coming forward is Thorne. After the lending run on this near side, he brings in Owen James. Tries a shot, good block by Ryan Burnell. Here's Garzon forward for Wilson Burnell. Garzon's continued the run. Here is Brian Garzon. Can he take it round Morrison? No, the ball cannons off the substitute and goes out for a throw-in on this near side. That's better from Hertford. Once again, just take some time off the clock here. Ryan Burnell's got the message, taking his time to take the throw-in down by the corner flag here. Brings in Billy Mardell-Smith. Mardell-Smith for Joe Bennett. Manny Robe is getting his top off and going to join us shortly. As Burnell to the edge of the area to Wilson Burnell. Wilson Burnell turning round Gilmore. Ball played in by Ryan Burnell, but in the end North Leigh get hold of it with Lance Williams. Williams ball forward, and on this near side Owen James running for it. Gilzean's there. James will keep it in. He's gone round Harry Gilzean, puts the ball across the box. Here's Ryan Knight's header, but it goes straight into the chest of Luke Newitt. Could have had trouble there. End to end now. It's getting like basketball as Hertford come in the opposite direction. Garzon finds Coughlin Brown on this near side. He's got a run against Michael Hopkins. Sonny Coughlin Brown trying to go outside the experienced defender. Does get to the cross. Oh, Sendage had come near and the ball goes over the top of his head when it could quite easily have been a free header for him on the far post. So it's going to be a throw-in to North Leigh. 15 minutes to go here. North Leigh's unbeaten away record very much in danger, and Hertford looking for their 5th straight home win. As Jamal Branca is about to come on, it's going to be Owen James who's going to come off. So it's very much a winger for a winger, although Branca can play as a wing back as well. But that's all 3 subs. Well, they bought 3 and they've used them all. Wouldn't want to come all this way from Oxfordshire and sit on the bench, would you? So,
well, not with how cold it's turned. These last 5-10 minutes, it's really turned, hasn't it?
Yeah, we're in November. So the big jumper came out actually today. The big coat is still in the wardrobe.
Are the shorts in the wardrobe?
Oh yeah, go on, yeah, definitely. No, the big coat, the thermals are still in the wardrobe. I've got a rule. But I was asked actually, when you wear your big coat, and I said when it gets less than 8 degrees, that's when the big coat, 8 degrees centigrade is the time. So Jamal Branca will come out and play. In fact, he's going to play down the right side, which means Greg Agate will come over to this left side. Lewis Thorne will take the throw in, comes off the head of Dan West, over the head of Branca, who can't get his first touch, does now though, punting it down the line, and Newitt will come out and collect it inside his 18-yard box, bowls it out to Harry Gilzean. Gilzean picks up a bit of pace, coming forward, finds Garzon again, breaking those lines. Garzon can't get it round Hopkins though, and Williams will pick the ball up. This is where experience counts. Last 15 minutes of this kind of game, and North Leigh, of course, got in bucket loads in their squad. As James Foster will pick the ball up, chip it out on this near side to one of the most experienced of the lot, Michael Hopkins. Good work by Sonny Coughlin Brown. Good strength, shoved in the back again by Hopkins. The referee just turns away. And Jamal Branca's got it for North Leigh on that far side. Early cross out by Gilzean, further on by Mardell Smith, but Hopkins will pick it up. And on this near side brings in Greg Hackett. Hackett against Ryan Burnell. Hackett drifts inside. Hopkins is going to punt it across the box. He does, out by Ben Hurd to the far post. Here's Branca, and good clearance by Mashani to Wilson Burnell. He's isolated, but he's going to have a run. I'd have a run against Gilmore if I was him. Surely one more foul and George Gilmore will be off. But Hertford have got a free kick. inside their own half. Ben Hurd will take it to Brian Garzon, who's picked up another one of those excellent positions. Garzon looked up, fancied a shot for a minute, but finds Coghlan Brown on this near side. Sonny Coghlan Brown against Hopkins. Hopkins barges him aside again, and the ball goes out for a goal kick. The stable end weren't impressed, and I don't think I was either, but time marches on. 12 minutes plus time added on. Is Sendedge. Third goal surely would put it beyond North Lee's reach. Is Mashani. Mashani, haven't seen those runs from him so much in the second half. Here he is with a chance for one now, though. He's got space to move into. Onto the left peg! Oh! And Foster just pushes it behind. Wow, said we hadn't seen much of it, but he almost made them pay for giving him that much space then.
Oh, he did, didn't he? I mean, you can't give him that sort of space. We know what he can do, and it just goes to show. It just takes one little moment of magic, doesn't it, to make the difference in the half, even if you've not been involved. And he almost had it there.
Well, let's hope they can produce a bit of magic from another Brian Garzon corner. From this near side, takes it again, goes for the far post. Good header out by Lance Williams. Joe Bennett controls it, finds Garzon again, plenty of time to get the ball back across the box. He drives this one in. Oh, goalkeeper's fumbled it and gets it at the second attempt on the edge of his 6-yard box. Quickly away by Foster. At the hurry up now for North Leigh. Greg Hackett can't control it, and Ben Hurd will let it run all the way back to the goalkeeper, Luke Newitt. Got a November chill in the air here. There'll be plenty of happy faces in that Hertford dressing room if they can hold on for the next 11 minutes. Because this will be, well, in my eyes, the biggest win of the season against the team with an unbeaten away record, who was second in the league this morning. Don't get too much better than that, as Michael Hopkins will take the throw in on this near side for North Leigh. Lance Williams puts it back to Morrison. Morrison's got two players and bisects them, goes in between. Good play by the central defender is Greg Hackett on this left-hand side. Against Ryan Burnell, puts it in, looking for Knight, but overhit it, and Hewitt will collect it. Bowls it out to Mashani on that far side, who just has to get out away from Branca. And it's away by Ben Hurd. Morrison comes up the back, controls it well. Midway inside the Hertford half, Leon Morrison has to go back onto the halfway line. And the ball now for George Gilmore. Gilmore on this near side for Hopkins. Hopkins down the line for Greg Hackett, goes down after the faintest of challenges from Ryan Burnell, and suddenly the referee gives a free kick. I think Ryan should have shoved him. The referee didn't tend to give those. But here's the free kick. Anyway, it's going to be taken by Owen Dorr, who wears 19. Dorr with the left foot, queuing up on the edge of the box. The header comes in from down west. Oh, Morrison heads it back across goal when the Hertford was struggling, and a real chance goes missing there. I don't know what Leon Morrison were doing. If he headed that towards goal, well, Hertford could have been in real trouble.
Yeah, he could have been. I mean, I don't know why he's tried to head it back across at all. I mean, surely the better thing and the more sensible thing would have been done to head it towards goal. It's a strange decision, but thankfully he took the wrong one.
Well, Manny Rhodes about to come on, and Sendedge gets a round of applause from the home fans. Not quite been his afternoon. He's been electric in the past couple of games, and it's been marshalled relatively well. But Manny Rhodes is another box of tricks coming on down that left-hand side. So certainly, if Lewis Thorns thought he'd have an easy life for the final 10 minutes, he'll find out otherwise with the blonde top Manny Rhodes coming on. As Luke Newitt, long kick forward, free header for Morrison, back inside the Hertford half, one bounce to Joe Bennett. Mardell Smith will let it run, then turn and play the ball onto the halfway line. Good first time ball by Wilson Burnell for Sonny Coghlan Brown. Ryan Burnell's gone outside in. Coghlan Brown's ball wasn't a good one, but Hopkinson just punts it out of play for a throw in to the home side, edging their way to home win number 5 on the trot, as Mardell Smith picks the ball up and plays the ball square to Ben Hurd. Comes into the North Leigh half to Mashani on the far side. Mashani controls it away from Branca, gets it back from Ben Hurd. Here comes Karai Mashani again, and he's brought down once more. This time it's by Morrison. And Mashani used to certainly had a couple of thumping landings. Now, surely, surely that's going to produce a yellow, and it is. Well, it's going to be a yellow for the substitute, Leigh Morrison. That's number 4 as far as North Leigh are concerned. 7 for the match. And one of them, as we know, should actually have been converted to a red one. But the referee has given the half this free kick. It was midway inside their own half. We're edging towards the end, and there are 4 Hertford players behind the ball as Ben Hurd chips the ball up to the edge of the area, looks for Wilson Burnell, heads it across, but it goes just wide of the target. So Hertford not going to make too many chances forward, and why should they? There's only 6 minutes plus time added on remaining. Header from down west, searches out Ryan Knight, but Joe Bennett is another solid game. Gets the ball to Ryan Burnell. Burnell forward for Garzon, another lovely touch for Wilson Burnell, through to Ryan Burnell. Coughlin Brown screaming for it on the right hand side. Burnell shots just over the crossbar, but he should have played it to his right because Coughlin Brown had a clear run in on goal.
Yeah, I think that's one of those opportunities where we don't want him to take the shot when he's got the chance, do we? Because, as you say, Sonny had a lot of space on that right hand side, and that would have been the better option to take.
Ball out far side for a throw in the North Leigh, midway inside the Hertford half. On that far side of the field, it's Lewis Thorne. Turns away from Robe, plays the ball down though, fairly aimless, but Ben Hurd's got to keep it in, hasn't got enough legs to go over the goal line, puts it down the line, chested down nicely by Robe to Mardell Smith. Mardell Smith inside for the ever-willing Brian Garzon. Garzon coming forward again, finds Manny Robe on the far side. Robe drifts inside, plays the ball into the edge of the area, everybody misses it, and in the end it's Gilmore who gets it away to Jamal Branca. Jamal Branca plays the ball inside to Owen Dorr. Owen Dorr's ball on his near side. Well, Hackett knew he was offside and just lets the ball drift harmlessly enough out of play. 5 left at the Smile IT. The evening is drawing in. It's going to get a little bit nippy, but nobody's going to mind about that if the scoreline stays as it is at the moment. Hertford lead here 2-1. Or, of course, goes to 3-1. Wouldn't mind that either. Here's Wilson Burnell with a chance as well. Burnell with a run, but just lets the ball bobble off his knee and give Foster a chance to come out and collect it. On the right-hand edge of his area, Lance Williams is screaming at his goalkeeper to play the ball short, but he doesn't. That's a long, high kick onto the head of Ben Hurd, who does well and picks out Manny Robe on the halfway line. Robe to Mardell Smith. Robe again will pick the ball up far side. Thorne completely head kicks the ball. It's Manny Robe coming forward for Hertford. He's fired in a shot that's straight into the chest of James Foster. The ball on this near side, well read by Ryan Burnell, but he could be in trouble now as Hackett could come in the opposite direction, plays it out onto the chest of, and here they go through the middle. Dan West through, out comes Hewitt, and Hewitt does the job. He's looked a bit shaky on occasions as Luke Hewitt, but he knew exactly what he needed to do there, and he did it perfectly.
Yeah, he did, yeah. I think he's rescued Ben a little bit there, hasn't he? And he's come out, rushed off his line, grabbed the ball, really, really brave take at the feet, and he's kept Hertford in the lead this evening.
Well, that could be a big, big moment. 3 minutes to go. There's Morrison deep inside the North Leigh half. Long ball forward onto the head of Ryan Burnell, back in by Hopkins. Burnell gets the second attempt. Hopkins will let it go out of play on this near side and take the throw in over Sonny Coughlin Brown. It's picked up by Ryan Knight, plays it on this near side to Hackett. Ryan Burnell does well, holds him off, and Gilzean's hemmed in down by the corner flag, but it's picked up now by Ben Hurd, who finds Coughlin Brown off and need to get rid of it, and they don't. It's down west again. Jamal Branca will tee up the shot, fires it in over the top of the crossbar. don't need to be playing so much football, and there's only 3 minutes to go, and you're in your own penalty area.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You've got to just calm things down. Obviously, North Leigh have been getting some decent opportunities there. Hertford just need to calm things down, keep things straight, keep things easy, and hold out for this lead.
Well, North Leigh have only lost once away this season. That was in the FA Trophy at Kidlington. And they've only lost once away. Well, they haven't lost away since 7th of April when they went down to the South Coast and lost 2-1 at Poole, having won all their away games so far this season, 5 of them. But of course, Hertford on the verge of winning 5 at home for the first time in, quite some time, since 2015. November to December 2015 was the last time it happened. They put 7 in a row then. And I used to say that they won't do that again. Biggleswade here in 2 weeks. That's going to be a good one as Garzon plays in Mashani on the far side. Mashani picking up space again. Brings in Manny Robe. Not too much in the box. Garzon's there now. And Wilson Burnell and Sonny Coughlin-Bryan are there. Manny Robe gets it across and he gets it out for a corner, which is exactly what you want your winger to do with a minute to go. Corner's going to be taken on the far side by Brian Garzon. And I've got to say, there have been some great performances, but I think Garzon's been absolutely outstanding again.
He has, yeah. I think that's the thing we come to expect of him now, isn't it? He makes such a difference to this Hertford side, and he is such a class little player. He really is.
It's his corner from that far side. A high lofted one this time and straight into the arms of Foster. Gets there ahead of Harry Gilzine. Be interested to see what the referee adds on, because there will be some amount of time, because we didn't start till late, of course, with the problem with the floodlight, as Ryan Burnell takes it away from Greg Hackett, puts it back to Mewett, who just side foots it out to Mashani on the far side. Brings in Manny Robe, who can't keep the ball in. And so Thorne will bring in Lance Williams. Williams playing the ball forward to West. Here's Gilmore on this near side for Michael Hopkins, midway inside the Hertford half, puts the ball across quickly. Dan West puts it down off, and just as Williams was stinging up the volley, Joe Bennett got in the way. Wilson Burnell turns it to Mardell Smith, and here's Sonny Coughlin-Browne, real chance. 3 against 3 for Hertford. Wilson Burnell and Manny Robe inside, but the ball inside his paw, and Foster manages to get hold of it. It was a good opportunity for Hertford. They waste it. We're into time added on here at the Smile IT. Hertford lead 2-1. Greg Hackett's given the ball away, as he know, because Hopkins makes up for it, but at the end he puts it over the top of his number 7 and out for a throw in. There's a board on the far side. Actually, he's going to tell us how long we got added on there. This is going to be interesting. And in fact, isn't it? It's a substitution. I saw 10 go up. I thought 10 minutes. You're having a laugh. It's Brian Garzon who's going to go off, and he deserves a tremendous round of applause, does that young man. Urgis Pepage is going to come on. We know he'll give you 100% as always, but Garzon's been excellent. He's one of the best players I've seen here for a while, as young Brian Garzon. Long may remain in Hertford down shirt. Throw in a Hertford then, deep inside their own half. Pepage will just slot in a little more defensively than Garzon was in that midfield position. His throw goes straight to Greg Hackett. Don't want to do that. Hackett trying to go outside Burnell, but he does well. Atones for his error, and Billy Mardell-Smith will bring the ball away. Mardell-Smith, though, dribbles the ball out under challenge from Owen Dorr. And it's going to be a throw in. The boards are not going to obligingly tell us how long is going to be added on at the end. We've played 2 over the top so far. Hertford leading by 2-1. Goals by Joe Bennett and Wilson Burnell, putting them in the box seat at the moment. Is Sonny Coughlin-Browne. Here is Wilson Burnell. Pepage going through the centre. It's come off the boot of Morrison, and Manny Robe on the left-hand side of the box. Manny Robe drifts inside. Robe again, though, gives the ball away and allows Morrison to clear to Lance Williams. Could be dangerous for Hertford this. Williams brings the ball down. He plays the ball inside to Branca, who wins it on the slide, but Ryan Burnell just shields it away from Ryan Knight, but can only put it out of play. in front of us on this near side. 3 minutes played over the top by a referee. As Branco picks the ball up inside the centre circle, back into his own half. George Gilmore lets it go under his foot. And I'm sure the Sable End and everybody with a Hertford affinity will have loved that. And here's Pepedge in the area trying to get on the throw from Coughlin Brown, but Foster's out. Long clearance downfield by the goalkeeper. One bounce, Mewett will let that go. Not too much problem at all there. So 3 minutes we've had added on. I reckon, what, do you reckon another couple perhaps?
Yeah, another couple. I think that'll be about it. I don't think there'll be too much more after that. There was that little fracas, wasn't there, earlier in the half, but apart from that, a couple of substitutions, and that done not too much really.
There's Luke Mewett with the goal kick then. This is going to be a massive win for Hertford if they hold on here, because I know this young team believe they can make it into the playoffs, and everybody thought, well, they played one of the big teams, and when they did, they lost 2-0 here against Ware. But this afternoon, they have proved they are every bit the equal of anybody in this division. Great header coming in from Harry Gilsey. Manny Road does well to win it inside the centre circle. Here's Billy Mardell-Smith, who again has been his usual efficient self as he plays the ball right hand side to Coughlin Brown. Hopkins gets a boot in, but it doesn't matter because it's going to be a throw in to Hertford Town, taken on this near side of the field. Ryan Burnell is taking his time, and why not? 4.5 over the top played so far. Ben Hurd looking at Pat Sinfield on the bench and going, how much longer? He doesn't know, the referee does, but Burnell takes it down by the corner flag, and in the end the ball goes out for a goalkeeper North Leigh. Still life then for the team from Oxfordshire. Kick taken by Foster, long one forward onto Dan West's head, breaks to Ryan Knight. Is Branca going through the middle? And great challenge by Ben Hurd. Puts the ball out on this near side. Just looked like Jamal Branca might have been in for a shot, but Ben Hurd got in the way. Here's Owen Dorr. Plays the ball across the box. Here comes Mewett. Good punch by the goalkeeper. Finds Manny Rowe. Chance for Hertford to come forward here. On this near side is Coughlin Brown. Wilson Burnell. Papage has made his way through in a centre forward position. He's Coughlin Brown again. Turns backwards for Ryan Burnell, and the chance gone begging a little bit as Manny Rowe is drifted over to this near side, heads the ball down. Here's Mardell Smith. Mardell Smith turns inside to Babbage with the ball, but he goes backwards to Ryan Burnell as his shirt tugs by Hackett, and Ryan Burnell's burst through here. Ryan Burnell to Wilson Burnell. Wilson goes around one onto the right foot and fires it wide of the target. We've played nearly 6 minutes over the top. Surely can't be too much longer. It's Foster at the hurry up for North Leigh. He knows time's running out. Puts the ball down and will take the kick. James Foster's kick. Referee still hasn't looked at the watch. Header comes in and then out by Ben Hurd. Mardell Smith's robbed of it is Williams, and on this near side is Greg Hackett. Hackett thought about the shot, chips it to the far post. They're queuing up. The header comes in. Here's Lance Williams will try the shot. Good challenge came in from Bebage, and Mashani will bring it away for Hertford. Down the line for Manny Rowe. Back to Kurai Mashani. Mashani back into his own half. Still we go on. Here's Pepage. Mashani picks it up far side. Again with Pepage. His Coughlin Brown is getting acres of space on this near side. Pepage's ball will pick out Sonny on this near side, but it took an unfortunate bounce. Coughlin Brown's brought down by Hopkins, but it doesn't matter because that's it. Ben Hurd's arms aloft. Joe Bennett punches the air. You can see how much this means to Hertford Town. 5 home wins in a row, and they've beaten the team who'd won all 5 away from home, and beaten the team who were second in the table this morning. What a performance by this younger Hertford Town side. Hertford 2, North Leigh 1.
Oh, fantastic performance from them there. A couple of shaky moments there towards the end, but they were still going forward. They were still trying to find that third goal, and thoroughly deserved 3 points for them this afternoon. I mean, five wins in a row here at the Smile IT, and I'm sure anyone listening can hear the joy of the Hertford Town fans in the Stable End.
First time since 2015, November 2015, 8 years ago. They started a run here when they beat Sun Sports 2-1, which finally ended on the 1st of December when they lost here against Welwyn Garden City. Consisted of 7 home wins on the trot. Well, this young team have got 5. Biggleswade are next here in 2 weeks' time. That's going to be a really good one. They go to Kempston next Saturday in really high spirits, and Simon's going to have a look and see the scores around the league, and we'll see what that's done for Hertford's league position. What it has done is put them on 12 games and 17 points, and also with a goal difference of +2. North Leigh will have played 12 and they will stay on 24. So whatever happens, Bedford are going to stay top of the table by 3 points tonight. Waltham Abbey, AFC Dunstable, both involved this afternoon of the top 5. Kings Langley had their game postponed, so Hertford will certainly go above them because Kings Langley have got a level goal difference. Where were a 3-1 up at half time, they could well go 4th tonight. And there's a possibility here, depending on what with Siren says, to Hertford go 5th. But we'll wait and try and work that out as the Hertford team do what they always do. They go and greet their fans behind the stable ends. They don't always do that when they win. They do it win, lose or draw, which is great to see. And it's great to see that on 90 Minutes Live, we followed it here from those dark days when they lost here 9-2 against Westfield. And something's building here. I really feel it. Hertford Town are on the way up, and Ben Hurd's really got something going. And they showed that this afternoon, and there's no doubt no one will want to come down here and meet this young side for the rest of the season. Here they come. The boys coming forward. And it's a spirit amongst the team as well. Terrific spirit amongst the team. Oh, hugs all round. Looks like they could well be the Burnell family down there having a little bit of a hug of Ryan and Wilson and Brian Garzon as well, which is really nice to see. Even the subs that didn't get on have got big smiles on their faces, which again is lovely to see. Here come the rest of them. Mardell Smith, Sendedge, and Mashani, he's some player. Luke Mewett as well. It's been some afternoon here, and what's it been like everywhere else?
It has. Well, I can tell you the game between Bedford and AFC Dunstable has been abandoned.
Oh.
So that is obviously no longer taking place. Biggleswade Town 2, Aylesbury United 1. They have brought it back from being 1-0 down at half time. Cirencester Town, they've added a couple of goals in the second half, and they are 3-0 up against Hadley. Kidlington Waltham Abbey sounds like it was a good game. That's finished 3-3 between those two sides. And the latest from Watson Park, there's been no updates from where. There is an update from Barton Rovers. Looks like they are, well, it says 5 minutes ago it was 90 plus, so I'm imagining it's over. There's been nothing there, and that has remained 3-1.
Right, let's do a quick bit of maths before we go. Well, the top two will stay the same. Bedford's played 11-27. North Leigh now, though, played 12-24, so Bedford have got themselves a game in hand. Waltham Abbey will hold on in third place thanks to that point they got, played 11-21. And then beneath them you will have Ware in fourth place, who've played 11-20. Cirencester will be in fifth, played 12-19. And then Hertford AFC Dunstable will be in sixth, and the Hertford will have moved up a place into seventh. So what that means is this time next week we'll be at Kappa Shots, and we'll be commentating on the game between third and fourth in the table, because Waltham Abbey will be third, Ware will be fourth. So look forward to that one very much. it's half as good as this one, will really enjoy it. Congratulations to Hertford Town. They won here by 2-1. Joe Bennett's thumping volley starting us off after 8 minutes. Wilson Burnell from Sonny Cotland Brown's clever chip after 51 made it 2-0. Lance Williams pulled the away side back into it after 59 minutes, but Hertford held on for their biggest win of the season. Thanks for joining us here on 90 Minutes Live in association with Easy Shelf. No midweek football for us this week, so we hope we will join you next week at Kappa Shots and the game between Waltham Abbey and Ware. And if you listen from Oxfordshire, many thanks for joining us again. As we always say, good luck for the rest of the season. So I'll leave you tonight as I think the rain's just starting a little bit, but hey, who cares? Full-time score here at the Smile IT as I can hear the Hertford players celebrating in the dressing room underneath. It's finished. Hertford down 2, North Leigh 1.